What's up, YouTube? Chad here with our beer review. There's a beer I haven't had in 7 years. This is New Holland Dragon's Milk Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout, and it's quite a beast. 11% ABV. So, a lot like your bourbon counties. I mean, I'd say KBS, but there's no coffee or chocolate in this one. As far as I can tell, as far as I remember, it's just straight Imperial Stout, bourbon barrel aged. I don't know where they get the bourbon barrels from. It'd be interesting to know. I remember like when I first heard this, 7 years ago, I thought it was like an old ale for some reason, but they're calling it a bourbon barrel aged stout. So 33B specialty wood aged beer, base style 20C imperial stout. All right, so let's start diving in. Well, I mean, classic bourbon character there. So yeah, I'm getting the woodiness, the bourbon, obviously. Get a lot of vanilla. I get it's funny. I get more barrel than like actual bourbon. So yeah, just big like wood, vanilla, like a sweetness, kind of a subtle, bourbony kind of thing. As far as like the base stout, yeah, I mean it's like a solid, hefty, dark. Well, redundant to say darks in imperial stout, but yeah, so just plenty of dark malt here. As far as trying to pick out some hops, like maybe like a tiny little bit of like a earthy or minty herbal kind of a hop, but New Holland, they don't put their ingredients on their website, so I really don't know what's in this, but yeah, I like the bourbon barrel character on it. It's not quite as nice as a KBS or dare I even say a Goose Island, but yeah, it's pretty nice. And the base stout, the base imperial stout, again, it's nice. It's just not wowing me or anything. I mean, it's on point for the style, that's sure, but I think a 9 or 10 on this one. I've been kind of stingy lately. I'll go 10. I really don't want to go any higher than that. Well, appearance, classic, black, body. Usually it's like a little bit of a ruby or brown highlights on it. It's not super dark, but classic. Probably 40 something SRM. Lovely foam on there. I'm surprised it's hanging around like almost like a Guinness has like that kind of frothy, whippy kind of a texture to it. So, full 3 out of 3 on appearance. If you see any reason not to, let me know. All right, so let's give this a taste test here. Cheers. It's one of the sweetest imperial stouts I've had in a long time. I mean, not just from the bourbon, but just from like the actual stout itself. I mean, the barrel character obviously is playing a major role here. So I am getting same thing on the aroma. Like that wood. I get like a lot of vanilla on this one. Pretty big vanilla. Fairly big bourbon. It is not quite as in your face as KBS. I'm sorry to keep comparing it to that beer. I mean, because KBS is imperial stout with chocolate and coffee. This is straight imperial stout. But KBS, I think, to me, is the mother of all bourbon barrel aged beers. So yeah, lots of bourbon on this one, and it's like a nice melding of the imperial stout base style and the bourbon character. But the same thing on the aroma. Like I'm trying to like really get that base imperial stout style there, and it's like this to me doesn't really come off as an imperial stout. In fact, it comes off as just like a standard stout. Like it's missing like that, real heft of like massive malt. I mean, it's 11% ABV. I mean, not all of. I mean, it's not like it's like a 5% milk stout that's picking up that much alcohol from the bourbon barrel. The barrel should only add like maybe 1%, if that much. So I mean, this just isn't striking me as a big, huge like malt bomb as it should be. I'm like, where's the roasted malt? Like, I'm not getting roasty malt. I am getting, like a sweet, rich kind of malt, almost like, I mean, they call it dragon's milk, so maybe it's got lactose sugar in there, but we'll never know because they don't mention it. It's sweet, but it's not like rich or cloying or anything, and it's not a creme brulee despite being 11% ABV. The hops are there. Same thing with the aroma. I said it's almost like a little minty or earthy, so like slight, herbal kind of a hoppiness. Bitterness is moderately low. I would not call it especially bitter beer. It's not like a big, like Old Rasputin is like way bigger, more bitter than this one. That one's only like 8%. This one's 11. I was expecting more hops, expecting more malts. I mean, the bourbon barrel character is there. It's it's the star of the show. I just want like a little bit more, you know, sophistication to the base malt style. So, yeah, I mean, it's not like the flavors wildly clash or anything. They don't, but it's just like the base, Imperial Stout kind of leaves a bit to be desired there. So for flavor, I'm thinking like 13, maybe 14. I'm gonna go 13. Maybe we'll come back. Mouthfeel. You would never know. I would never know this is 11% ABV if you didn't tell me. Yeah, I mean, there is definitely some alcohol flavor and like a little bit of warmth there. It's very, very smooth. The mouthfeel it's surprisingly not like fudge or anything. KBS, Goose Island, all those ones, they tend to be, just like syrupy. This one is something more standard table strength, like as far as the mouthfeel. I probably put the mouthfeel medium tops and the carbonation moderately low. I will say it's very, very smooth. The alcohol is there. It's it's a very gentle warmth, so it's very comfortable. It's actually the drinkability on this one is really, really high, but it's actually I think it's a little too high for its own good. So on mouthfeel, I'm thinking 3 or 4. I mean, again, nice drinkability, comfortable, but kind of lacking the body that it should have. I'm gonna say 4. Overall impression, I think this is like a 7 or an 8. It's not the world's best bourbon barrel stout or imperial stout, but as far as specifications go, I mean, it's on point. So I'm gonna say 7. Total score 37 out of 50. All right, yeah. So I don't really feel the need to change any of those grades. I think they're all what they should be. Yeah. So I mean, it's good. It's not amazing. It is no KVS. It is no Goose Island, Bourbon County, or anything like that. So there you go. 37 out of 50, 7 out of 10 for New Holland Dragon's Milk Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout. I haven't had this one in 7 years, and now that I've had it, I'm like, well, I wasn't missing anything. I mean, it's not like, it doesn't hold a candle to all the other beers I mentioned, so I'm not going to say I'm getting them already sound like a broken record. All right, so I'm going very long as always. We only got, I think, 14 reviews left. If you want to donate, you want to trade, Skype review, collab, whatever, you got requests, let me know, and I will see you guys in a few days. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.